Question 33. A particle is moving along the x-axis. The graph shows its velocity v meters per second at time t seconds. When t equals 0, the displacement x is equal to 2 meters. On the axes below, draw a graph that shows the particle's displacement x meters from the origin at a time t seconds between t equals 0 and t equals 4. Label the coordinates of the endpoints of your graph. The equation that represents the displacement of the particle at time t can be found by integrating the equation that represents the velocity of the particle at time t. Now we're given the graph of the velocity of the particle with respect to time, and we can see that it's a straight line graph. So it's going to be in the form y equals mx plus c, where the x-axis represents time and the y-axis represents velocity. So it's going to be in the form v equals mt plus c, where m represents the gradient of the line and c represents the y-intercept. So to find the gradient of the line, we can use rise over run. So we can see that it has a fall of 8 units over a run of 4 units. So the gradient's negative 8 over 4, which equals negative 2. And the y-intercept, or the vertical intercept, can be found by inspection, and that equals 8. So the equation of the velocity is v equals negative 2t plus 8. So the next step is to integrate velocity. So the displacement x is equal to the integral of velocity dt. So x is equal to the integral of negative 2t plus 8 dt. So x is equal to negative t squared plus 8t plus the constant of integration d. And I've used the letter d because I've used the letter c previously here. So that helps to avoid some confusion. Applying the initial conditions, when t equals 0, x is equal to 2. So substituting 2 for x here and 0 for t here and here, we get the constant of integration d is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to negative t squared plus 8t plus 2, where t is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 4. Now the vertex of this concave down parabola occurs at t equals negative 8 over negative 2, so that's from negative b over 2a. So when t equals 4, so negative 8 over negative 2 is equal to 4, substituting t equals 4 into the equation here, we can see that x is equal to 18. And that in fact represents the maximum value on this curve. So here's a sketch of the curve. So we can see it's part of a concave down parabola. We have a vertical intercept of 2 and a maximum point 4, 18.